What is up, YouTube? This is TechConglomerate here with another Watch Wednesday. Ladies and gentlemen, I am bringing to you a Tudor homage. This is the Corguet watch, and it is really a very interesting piece. You know, I love the Tudor Black Bay. I love the dimensions of the watch and every aspect of the watch, and particularly love the snowflake hands and all of the pieces that go along with it. And so wanted to be able to see if you can find an affordable version of it. So for about $100, you can actually purchase this on Amazon. This is, as I said, a Tudor Black Bay homage. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get real close to the camera here so you can see exactly what this looks like. There is that gold, that gilt kind of finish to the markers around the dial and markers around the the applied markers as well has some gold on it as well. Of course, the name there is Corguet, and you see there it says 200 meters, 660 feet, and self-winding. And again, it's probably one of the best looking Tudor homages. There are some distinct differences. Obviously, the name is one of them. The second one is that the Black Bay typically has the red in that on the bezel, on the 12 o'clock marker at the bezel, and that's not here. So you can tell that it is not truly a Tudor Black Bay, but for $100, instead of spending, what is it, $3,800, $39, maybe even $4,200 on a Tudor Black Bay, you can get that sort of dimension and feel, and it seems to work out quite well. Hacking movement, it is a screw down crown, so it's very exciting. You can just unscrew the crown here and you'll feel it pop out. You can hear the winding as well. You can hear that. See if I can get that going for you guys. And one of the things that gives you a sense that it is perhaps a replica that's struggling to match the excellence of the Tudor brand is you see that the crown itself is very scratchy. It's not a very smooth movement at all, and what's dangerous about it though is that you can turn this crown several times, many times, and not know, because there's no real feedback to give you a sense that it's getting tight or anything like that. So all of these things are really, of course, with the high quality materials that they use as well at Tudor, I'm sure, being Rolex's sister company, that they're all those shortcuts that came into play in building this watch. However, when you look at the dial itself does do a good job of getting that snowflake second hand there. You see that snowflake second hand, and then the snowflake hour marker, hour hand as well. So it tries to do a good job of capturing the Tudor look and feel. The other thing too is you'll see here that little black, see if I can get that in there. I can't really get it in there, but there's a little black I guess spacer in there in between. Tudor has that as well, and unless you look at the details, and I'll tell you that compared to the Tudor's dial is so much better in terms of its finishing and how well it's done. Clearly those are the differences, and legibility is also a bit of a challenge on this one as well. Unless you're in the bright sun, you're not going to be able to see that very faint gilt finish. So that was a bit of a disappointment. But overall, when you look at the dimensions, let's pull out the old caliper here. When you look at the dimensions, we're going to go from 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock here. And let's see if I can give you what that looks like. So 4 o'clock, 10 o'clock, we are looking at 41 millimeters, 41.3 millimeters. And you're looking at a lug-to-lug width. See that here, right here. Looking at a lug-to-lug width of roughly, make sure and get that right here, 51.1 millimeters. So it's going to be kind of large on the wrist. Not for smaller wrist guys typically, because you'll see it just overwhelms the wrist. The finish itself, it's a stainless steel case. The case does get marked up rather easily, so in addition, it does do a good job of really capturing the curvature and that brushed oyster finish on the bracelet as well. So it does really, they do an excellent job at that. When you look at this, these are actually one piece. Look at that, one piece molded sections of the bracelet. So that is very, very significant. And there's some weight to the watch as well. When you take a look at what this watch weighs on a scale, let's go ahead and do that now and see if we can capture that a bit. Okay, I'm going to turn it on here, see if this works. Yep, it sure does. I'm going to go ahead and put the watch here, and let's see if we can get that going. I need to zero it out again. Here we go. So the watch is actually weighing, take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. The watch weighs roughly 5.5 ounces. 5.5 ounces. And so kind of a nice setup here. And let's see if I can change this unit here. Yeah, 5.7 ounces is what we have there. So, again, a very nice watch. Gives Tudor a nice big nod, almost bordering on really not appropriate. But I figured that for those of you who are interested in taking a look at some alternatives to the Tudor Black Bay, that you'd be happy to take a look at that. So, again, it is the Corguet Black Bay Homage. It's actually closer to a replica in my opinion, but it looks quite nice, and when you look at it on the wrist, it's very hard to tell unless you're up on the watch itself how different it is. This is what it looks like on my wrist, and you see it looks quite nice. You see lug to lug, it's pushing in that 51 range, and so it's very little distance. This is probably the largest I would go on a watch case diameter in order for it to look nice. It also works well with my skin tone with the gilt background there, and so I will definitely be picking up a Tudor Black Bay. I'm still debating whether or not I look at the 58 versus the regular Black Bay Heritage. Once again, this is TechConglomerate. If you would love to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit the like button and smash the subscribe button as well, so that I can continue to bring you these wonderful videos. Very excited to talk about watches. Very excited to inspire you all to join the watch gang. And so, TechConglomerate here. Until next time, we'll see you.